So just a quick overview of Ford. They are an automobile company headquartered in Dearborn, Michigan. It was founded by Henry Ford over 100 years ago in 1903 as they're a family business company. Ford sells automobiles and trucks, for example, under the brand name of Ford. However, the luxury cars under Lincoln. Big thing what Ford did in 1913 was they created assembly lines for automobiles, and it was shown through their first successful car of the Ford Model T. Ford is seen as the second largest car company in the US, however, the fifth best in the world. The current CEO is James Farley, and a big vision that Farley has for the company is their Ford Plus plan, which is centered around growth and value, especially with them focusing more on electric vehicles. I also wanted to introduce a history of Ford Motors as well, just putting the events on a timeline. So as stated before, Ford was founded in 1903, and 5 years later, the company introduced Ford Model T. However, in 1914, Ford instituted the famous $5 day, doubling the salary of every worker in the factory. So it created lines out the door of people waiting to get an application, and it gained huge popularity for the company. 3 years later, they created their first truck, not only focusing on cars and showing how versatile the company could be. They acquired Lincoln in 1922 and then began producing Jeeps for World War II for the US in 1941. Ford IPO'd in 1956 and became one of the highest IPOs in the stock market at the time. They created the Mustang in 1964 and then transitioned into environmental projects with offering EcoBoost engines in 2009 and then introducing the electric Ford F-150 just last year. So for the mission as stated in the picture on this slide, so it is to strengthen communities and to help make people's lives better. The purpose is to drive progress through the freedom of movement. And then the vision for the company is to become the world's most trusted company. Ford believes in the power of community, and they have been investing in communities for over 60 years to help their image. So for example, the company's social impact investments are geared toward helping organizations reach sustainability and scale. For the industry overview, I broke it up into three parts. One focusing on just the automobile industry without electric vehicles, focusing on the electric vehicles, and then both. So Ford is in the automobile industry and is transitioning towards developing more eco-friendly cars and electric vehicles. So currently in their market by market cap, they are behind Toyota, Volkswagen, and Mercedes. They are, however, in front of General Motors. Toyota is one of the biggest automobile makers in the industry, as it has 4 times the market cap of Ford. For electric vehicles, on the other hand, as we know, Tesla dominates, especially in terms of market cap, with reaching over $1 trillion. Their competitors include Lucid Motors, Rivian, NIO, and Li Auto. Ford is also a competitor, but not a gigantic one as of right now in terms of electric vehicles. And then the picture finally includes all car companies, electric vehicles and not, with Tesla at the top and then Toyota. And then Ford is the 6th highest in market cap. Incorporating a little bit of SIM into the presentation, we included the current price of $15.07 as of Friday, April 7th. And then there was a 52-week high of around $25 and 52-week low of around $11. The market cap, as shown on the last slide as well for Ford, is $60.182 billion, which is shown as a number of shares outstanding times the market price. And then also incorporating ESG, I found an ESG score of 30 on Yahoo Finance. So the score is broken up of 11 of it going towards social and 9 going towards environmental and governments. With that being said, I could see them having a higher ESG score moving forward, as theirs is ranked just around the 60th percentile, and they want to include more electric vehicles for the foreseeable future. Finally, I included an annotated price chart on the right using year to date rather than 1 year, 1 month, 6 months, or whatnot. And the reason is, if you look at the beginning of the picture in the top left from the beginning of 2022 to now, there's been a huge drop in Ford. And I found it's because of the global chip or semiconductor shortage. And then with a technical analysis, I had to do a ton of research on this. So the weekly chart shows the Ford stock has been in a bearish trend as investors have taken profits the last couple of months. And as a result, the stock is approaching the first support of something it's forming called Andrew's pitchfork tool. Since there's a bearish trend, there's a likelihood that it will test the lower side of the fork and then eventually resume the bullish trends resistant levels of around $22 and as high as $28 going into the beginning of 2023.